guys, this is Morning here to finish up the hair tutorial. It occurs to me that I didn't show you guys how to import head meshes, which can make it easier to see what you're doing and what your hair might look like in-game. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. It's pretty much the same thing as importing hair meshes. Very simple. You're going to go back to the drop-down menus of Data, DA3, Actors, Base Heads, and instead of going to hair, you're going to go to whatever race you're using. Like if you're, well, for example, we're editing the Kunari female hair mesh, so we're going to be using that head. So make sure that you have the right head. This is the female Kunari head, just the basic mesh. Export it just like you would the hair as an OBJ. Leave the global alone. And there you go. Back into 3ds Max. Import. Find the head mesh. And here's where it gets different. You're going to import it as a single mesh. You don't want to deal with all these LODs that you're not even going to use. Just import it as a single mesh that'll compress everything into one thing that you can just handle easily. So, same import options as before. Don't worry about those. And just hit import. And as you can see, we've imported the head. Now you can kind of see what the hair will look like in-game. That's the basic way to do it. Okay, so back to editing the hair. I'm going to show you how to work with vertexes. Maybe. I really just want to do something simple, so I'll show you real quick what that looks like. You can pull them down to make kind of longer hair, and something like that. You can do that, or you can, what I like to do for long hair is use the polygon option. That's next to element. Let's see if we can scroll out of it. And highlight, make sure it's what you want, those bits of hair, and pull it down. Now, if your hair clips through the neck, that's okay, don't worry about it. You're probably not going to see it in-game. It'll be covered by your body and your clothes. So pull it out a little bit. Okay, this is really, really basic. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just kind of trying to show you guys what it might look like and the easiest way to do it. On your own time, you can sit down and make this as beautiful as you want. And I'm going to also close up this gap here at the scalp. Easiest way for me to do that is to use the vertex and edge tools. You might find an easier way to do it, but I'm just going to show you the way I do it. Pull them and move them until everything is closed up. It doesn't really look great when you have a big gap in your hair in-game. Just close it up. Try to do it evenly so it kind of looks like a hairline, you know what I mean? Move it over. That's good enough, since we're just doing a basic tutorial. When you have something satisfactory, you are going to export it. First things first, if you have the head mesh imported, delete it. Because if you try to import it with the head mesh, it'll break. So highlight the head mesh and hit the delete button. And there you go. Now let's export this into an OBJ. Make sure it's something you recognize. Export options are very important. Typically, if you've done everything right up to now and it's still not importing, it's something in your export options. So this is what mine looks like. I have under geometry, flip YZ axis checked, shapes and lines checked, hidden objects checked, faces is set to triangles, texture coordinates is checked, normals is checked, and smoothing groups are checked. And under optimize, I have normals checked. Try copying this exactly. If it doesn't work for you, just keep messing around with this stuff until you find something that does work. Sometimes you need to have export materials checked, sometimes you don't. For now, don't check it. But if it doesn't work, go back and deal with it. So export. And okay, let's make sure this works in-game. So go back to the modding tool, find the mesh you just replaced. In this instance, it is Kunari Female Mesh 114 in the NH version, which is the hornless version. Okay, again, skin mesh asset. That's what you're looking for. Preview, make sure it's the right thing. Okay. Import. Find what you just did. Save, leave the levels alone. If it successfully imported, you're going to get this pop up. If it didn't, the tool will crash. Preview, you can see what it kind of looks like in game. With these white strips, you can kind of see here, it's going to look like the texture has been stretched in the wrong direction. It's something I don't know how to fix. You'd have to ask more seasoned modders if they know how to fix that. In-game, if you use dark hair, it's less noticeable. You can highlight it, make sure everything looks okay, no gaps or anything like that. So if everything looks okay, close out of that, and you're going to save it as a DAI mod. So, mod configuration, name it something you recognize. Author, put in whatever you want. Version. Create, save it as a DAI mod. Okay, let's check our time. Okay, so we need to do this quickly. With that done, you're going to install it just like you would a normal mod. Go into Mod Manager, put these somewhere you can find them. Mod Manager, and there's your hair. Make a patch, check in game, see if you like it. If you don't, go back and keep editing it. It's okay. Just keep saving it in that same DAI mod file. So that's it. I believe I've covered the basics of everything. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will try to answer as best I can. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff by any measure, but I will try to help you. Happy modding!